that if you do have a cell phone with you, if you'd be kind enough to put it on vibrate or silent, we'd appreciate that courtesy. We always begin the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we ask you to remain standing for a moment of silence. Mr. Burek, could you lead us in the pledge today?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you please remain standing, we'll have a brief moment of silence. Thank you, everyone. Vanessa, could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Sinata?
Here.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Vogler?
Here. We do have a quorum. All three commissioners are in attendance. I hope everybody was able to get a copy of the agenda. A couple of more housekeeping items. We'll note that we, during the course of the meeting, have two opportunities for public comment. One in just a couple of minutes and then one before we adjourn. You're welcome to make comments both times or one of the two times, or if you're just here to observe, that's also fine. We ask that your comments be related to county government matters. And also, if you could try to limit your time to about 5 minutes during each comment period, we would appreciate that courtesy. Next on the agenda, we always set aside time for any of our elected row officers if they have anything to discuss with us. And this morning, it appears that they're probably all busy in their respective offices. That takes us to public comment, and I will open the floor at this time for questions or comments. Yes, sir, Mr. Burchett, good morning.
Good morning. I've just been wondering over the last few days about the district attorney. Sometimes he gives money out to his favorite organizations. This is drug money that's been accumulated. And I'm just wondering if this drug money and his checks are run through the controller's office.
The simple answer is yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, they are. And it's referred to, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's referred to as forfeiture money. But you are right. It's money that's been accumulated with various arrests and then convictions in which fines are levied. And again, if I misspeak, please correct me. But no, they are run through the controller's office. Mrs. Burchett.
Well, not that he brought up the subject. I'm wondering if there is a drug arrest and the person is not found guilty, what happens to that forfeiture money?
I'm going to hold off on answering that because I don't know for sure. I glance over at Attorney Oliva, and I don't want to put you on the spot if you don't know. But if you do, we would welcome your response, Counselor.
Thank you, Mr. Vogler. If somebody's not convicted of a crime, then the money would not be forfeited. The government has to demonstrate that there's a nexus between some sort of illegal activity and the money that they're attempting to have forfeited. And that's how that money is generally forfeited. So, for example, if somebody is convicted of dealing illegal narcotics and certain monies are seized, then the government has to demonstrate that there's a nexus between that money seized and the illegal activity that has been occurring. And that's how that money would be forfeited.
So the money is forfeited at the time of the arrest or at the time of?
No, ma'am, upon conviction generally. So, for example, there may be times where the individual is sentenced, and as a result of the sentence, the plea negotiations, certain monies are forfeited, acknowledged as being ill-gotten at the time of the plea and sentence.
Thank you.
Attorney Oliva, we thank you. Mr. Oliva is with the Public Defender's Office, so he's very intimately aware and familiar with the procedures. So good thing you were here today to help us with that. We greatly appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I hope that answers your question. Thank you. Any other public comments? Okay, thank you all so much. Next on the agenda under fiscal and contractual, we have, as we do most every week, a listing of checks that have been cut by the controller's office. They're referred to on the agenda as the warrant registers, also known as the check reconciliation registers. They are dated March 31, April 2, and April 4 of this year. And by the way, Debbie, as we always do, we'll have this whole packet for you at the conclusion of the meeting. And then if anybody wishes to see these documents, we'll certainly share them with you. But I'll give Mr. Kennedy and Mr. Sonata some time to review them. And then, gentlemen, whenever you're ready, we could entertain a motion to accept these documents.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second the motion. Gentlemen, thank you both. Do either of you have any questions or concerns? Hearing none, we'll ask Vanessa to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Sinata,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you so much. We have the minutes of the meeting from last week, April 1. And once again, Chris and Dan, take whatever time you need to look them over. And then whenever you're ready, we can have a motion to adopt the minutes. I move we adopt the minutes from last week.
I'll second.
Thank you both. Any questions or concerns about the minutes? Hearing none, we'll take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sinata,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you so much. Next on the agenda would be commissioner reports and comments. And let's see, Commissioner Sonata, you're first up today.
All right, thank you, Chairman Vogler. Last Friday, I had an opportunity to attend the Northwest Commission meeting. I represent the county on the Northwest, and we had an opportunity. The meeting was actually held in Oil City at their new facility. It's actually the old facility with an addition on, and it's been totally renovated, and it's a very nice new facility with the work that's been done with it. And they are the organization that Lawrence County relies on more for economic development, because we're out of the Erie region, and we're also in the Southwest Commission, which Commissioner Kennedy serves on the executive board, and I serve on the general board along with Commissioner Vogler. But they do mostly more of the transportation issues up here. So we're fortunate in Lawrence County. We get it from both ends, because we also get the help of economic development from down in Pittsburgh with Richard Fitzgerald. And we also get Jill Foy's up in the Northwest. So that was a big thing. I spent, it was actually a morning and afternoon session on Friday. They do that every year, the double sessions. And I think it's important. And we had commissioners from all of the Northwest there. So I replaced Chairman Vogler on that last July. And it's been a good experience so far. I knew some of the people up there, and we're pretty much all on the same page when it comes to our economic development in the Northwest region. So that was my big event for the week. So that's pretty much it, Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Sonata, and thank you for representing us at that meeting. A couple of things I'll note. Last Wednesday, I attended, as I do every month, the monthly public meeting of the Lawrence County Conservation District Board. The requirements are that one commissioner serve on that board, and for the past few years I've been doing so, and it's a good group of people. I'll defer to you on that ribbon cutting we went to, if you'd like, the one we went to downtown last week. And I'll note that later this afternoon, the three of us will be traveling to the Mercer County Courthouse for the quarterly meeting of the West Central Job Partnership Governing Board. We serve on that board along with our three fellow commissioners from Mercer County. And that meeting begins at 1:30. It's open to the public. It's at the Mercer County Courthouse. And this is the job training organization that also oversees the two career links, the one in the city of Sharon and the one here in the city of Newcastle. I'll also note that tomorrow at 12 noon, the Lawrence County Planning Commission will hold its monthly meeting, open to the public, at the MoCo house on East Poland Avenue in the borough of Bessemer. That's also known as Route 317. And then Thursday, we're going in different directions on Thursday, because and this happens sometimes, you get double booked almost. We've been invited, I think twice a year, the Career and Technical Center, or as us old timers call it, the VOTEC, has a community advisory board meeting. And I believe you're going,
Yes.
right? Yeah, so Mr. Sonata and I are attending that. Mr. Kennedy will be going to the, I think they meet quarterly. Does Ag Preservation meet quarterly? The Ag Preservation Board meeting will be taking place at the Elder Farm in Wilmington Township at 12 noon. And Mr. Kennedy will be representing the commissioners at that meeting. And then, again, Dan, I'll let you elaborate. There is Forward Lawrence is having a breakfast meeting on Friday, but since you serve on that board, you may want to talk a little bit more about it. And then to wrap up the end of this week, I think at least two of us will be attending an Eagle Scout ceremony in the borough of New Wilmington for a nice young female who has attained the status of Eagle Scout. Lainey Todd, do I have her name right? Okay, we'll be attending that. That's all I have. I'll turn it over to Commissioner Kennedy.
I've got a couple things here. One, Loresto Restaurant down in Washington Street opened a convenience store right behind their place last Friday. We had a grand opening, a immersive mini mart, with Forward Lawrence, a nice turnout for that. Friday, they're having, the Forward Lawrence is having their annual Impact Awards, and we're outgrowing the place. So it's growing every year, and it's good. But, we'll have a group of people representing the courthouse here with us, and we'll have a good breakfast and get that one done. The other thing I want to bring up is over the last few months, we've been taking a good look at the church next door here, what we can do with it, or what needs done with it. And we had a friend of mine offered to come in. He's a structural engineer with Gibson Thomas. I met him when I was a supervisor at Wilmington, and very knowledgeable guy. And he offered to come in and do it to us for nothing and just take a look at the church and see what it is. The ceiling of the church, the big thing is it's falling off. From years of deterioration, and the whole building, just the church side, not the mental health side, is just in disrepair. So we're going to be looking at what we can do with that. Most likely, his recommendation was you could restore it, but the cost of that is way more than the county could afford to do, and we could look at something else really. So most likely, we don't want to do this, but we'll probably have to do something with it in the near future. But we've also been looking, because CYS is outgrown their house, and that's a 100-year-old building also. We've been looking in the city for something to move them into eventually too. Good thing is, if we do it the right way, it won't cost the county any money. It'll cost CYS and some others some money to help get this through, but we're trying to do it as cost-wise as we can do, whatever we got to do. But just want to let the public know that we are out there, we're looking to do something to let you know that we don't know what yet. This could be a long process, but we need to do something with that church. What it is, we don't know 100% yet, but we're going down that road. That was probably the big thing I wanted to bring up. That was one of our goals, to either make it a place for CYS or look somewhere else. And the answer from our structural engineer was go look somewhere else.
Chairman,
Yes, Chris.
can I follow up on this?
Certainly.
Yeah, I want to just echo Commissioner Kennedy's comments there. I'm glad you jogged my memory on this as well, because I had an opportunity with him when we toured the church with that, and probably was it about 2 months before we had a local architect, he's a friend of mine, he was up here visiting, and he took a walk over to the church with him and his wife, and they gave us a pretty good assessment of their thoughts on the church, and it was very similar, almost identical to what Dan's friend in the construction industry said about the church. It actually had deteriorated in that time from when the architect took the walkthrough to the time from the building constructor looked at it with the asbestos, things like that. So, I think it's something that, all of us have some concerns, and we're going to look at all options. And, nothing, there's nothing at this point planned, but we're looking at the options because it's reaching that point now because of the deterioration of the building. And the number one stake is the safety of the employees at this point. Mental health is fine because it's pretty much a newer section. But the church part, we have no employees in there now. And so I just wanted to follow up because I know, with the architect looked at it, with the building constructor looked at, they were pretty much on the same page with that. So it's going to be a long process, but I think the public we want to just alert them to the fact this is what we're looking at for that church across the street.
This room grew up in a period since World War II where we were used to seeing a world that was ever increasing in its freedoms. We saw